Okay, the first coat of paint is now officially on the car. We had problems. Somewhere in the process of me cleaning the gun the last time I used it, which was the first time I used it, a little O-ring inside the gun must have fell out, and I was not aware of it. When I put the gun back together, the gun sprayed, but it pulsated. It would, the volume, it was almost not spitting, but it would just pulsate the amount of paint that it was putting out. And you can see it in the paint job. You can see the blotchiness of the paint. And if you look closely into where the light fixtures are hitting it, I'm seeing that I've got a lot of scratches. Yeah, there's a lot of scratches from my original sanding that are going to have to be contended with. So, the good news is I figured out what the cause of the pulsation was. It took me some talking with the folks at SPI. I actually called up their tech guy, which is actually the owner of the company, and spoke with him. And he, even though it's not his issue, this guy worked with me for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes on a Friday afternoon when he's trying to close that place up. And he worked with me on everything he could think of on that gun to try to get that thing to quit pulsating. But the good news is I found the replacement O-ring, and it's in the gun, and the gun is now working properly. The other good news is everywhere I'm looking, the actual body work, the filler, all that kind of stuff, everything looks like it came out great. Now all we got to do is get all this blotchiness. I had a couple of runs that I created in the process of trying. I don't know if you can make out that one. But I had some runs that I tried to take care of. Basically, the blotchiness was causing me to have to go back and make other passes in places where the paint was still wet, and it just led to runs. Not something I wanted to do, but it was kind of a condition of the gun. The good news, like I said, the good news is the gun's fixed. We know what the problem is. The bad news is I've got to come through and I've got to wet sand the entire car before I can put a second coat on. The color, it's kind of hard for me to tell right now how accurate the color is as to what I was looking for. It looks a little on the dark side, to be honest. But I haven't seen it in the sunlight, and that's where the proof is in the pudding. But if you look across it, you can see that it's the body work on it's pretty damn good right now. If it weren't for the blotchiness, it'd be really good. If I hadn't had this pulsation problem, I'd have still ended up having to sand this thing because of all the scratches, but I can survive that. There's nothing I'm seeing here that we can't fix. Tune in next time, folks.